Zara stood at the gate of the Kwara State National Service Orientation Camp, clutching her bag tightly. Around her, other corps members laughed, embraced, and took selfies in excited clusters. But Zara stood alone, ignored like she didn't belong. Taking a deep breath, she adjusted the strap on her shoulder and began walking toward the registration hall. As she moved through the dusty path, the noise around her dropped. Heads turned. Whispers spread. Who dragged the wheel to camp? A girl named Sandra said, loud enough for everyone nearby to hear. Laughter erupted. Can she even do parade with all that extra baggage? Added Cynthia, arms crossed. Look at her, dripping sweat already. Kemi sneered, like suya under the sun. Zara clenched her jaw and kept walking, pretending not to hear. It's just 21 days, she told herself silently. Just 21 days. After registration, she was assigned to room 9 with 4 other female corps members. She stepped in and spotted a vacant lower bunk in the corner. As she approached, a voice stopped her. That bunk is taken. It's for my friend. Zara turned to see Sandra, the same girl who mocked her at the gate. But it's clearly empty, Zara said, confused. She's just not here yet. Move along. Zara looked around. All the lower bunks were already occupied. A moment later, Cynthia and Kemi walked in. Well, if it isn't our new roommate, Cynthia said with fake enthusiasm. Looks like camp just got heavier, Kemi smirked. With no choice, Zara dragged her mattress to the top bunk. As she tried to climb on, her foot slipped and she crashed to the floor. Laughter exploded again. This one needs weight loss camp, not orientation, Sandra scoffed. Tears stung Zara's eyes. She quietly spread her sheet on the cold floor and lay down. About 30 minutes later, a girl walked in and gently nudged her awake. Hey, why are you sleeping on the floor? I fell trying to climb the bunk, Zara said, voice low. The lower ones are all taken. You can take mine, the girl said kindly. I don't mind going up. Zara blinked in surprise. Thank you. I'm Zara. I'm Ife, the girl smiled. Nice to meet you. It was the first kind gesture Zara had received at camp. But kindness was scarce. During morning drills, she struggled to keep up with the others. At the first run, she fell hard. The platoon leader had to pause everything to check on her. From the back, Sandra yelled, "Careful, she might crack the earth open." At the cafeteria, she sat alone while others got attention from male corps members. Passing her table one evening, Cynthia whispered, "No one wants to sit with an elephant." During a comedy night, a group performed a skit mocking a fat, clueless corps member. It was unmistakably about her. Zara left in tears. They are small-minded, Ife comforted her. Don't let them break you. I should have applied for medical exemption, Zara muttered. Then you wouldn't have met me. Ife grinned. Besides, you are stronger than all of them here. She tapped her chest. Zara smiled weakly. Thank you. By week 2, teams were formed for camp competitions. No one wanted Zara. She will slow us down, a guy muttered. The platoon leader stepped in. She's on my team. Zara struggled in the obstacle race, but when it came to the puzzle round, her sharp thinking led her team to victory. It was the first time anyone clapped for her. That night, as she sat on her bed, Sandra approached her. don't think solving one riddle makes you useful, she snapped. Zara looked up calmly. I don't need your validation, Sandra. You'll never fit in here, Sandra hissed. What kind of person do you think I am? Zara asked quietly. Sandra scoffed and walked away. The final week arrived. Everyone buzzed about their PPA. I want Shello total, Cynthia said. Oh, didn't I tell you? Sandra announced. My dad is a senior manager at Not Gold Oil. Are you serious? Kemi gasped. Sandra nodded. Pass me your state codes. I'll make sure we are all posted there. Later, Ife approached her. Can I give you mine too? Sandra stared. You? Please, maybe you and the elephant can find the village spoon. Zara pretended to sleep, heard every word, but stayed silent. By morning, everyone was talking about Sandra's oil connection. People rushed to please her, buying her snacks, washing her laundry. But inside, Sandra was terrified. Her father was no manager. He was a janitor at Not Gold Oil. She had lied. One night, she sneaked out and called him from the toilet. Papa, please, try anything. I don't care what it takes, just get me in, she begged. I'm trying, he sighed, but I'm just a cleaner. I can only talk to the gate staff. If this falls apart, I will never forgive you, she hissed. Meanwhile, Zara asked Ife privately, Can I have your state code? For what? Ife asked. Just trust me, Zara smiled. On the last day, postings were announced. Sandra, Cynthia, Kemi, and Ife had all been posted to Not Gold Oil. I told you, Sandra beamed. VIP service here. Here we come. They arrived at the Not Gold headquarters the next day. The receptionist greeted them politely. The CEO's daughter will be here shortly. She's also a core member and your supervisor. Sandra adjusted her top. Finally, I told you this would be elite. Moments later, the doors opened. In walked Zara. Wearing a crisp navy blazer and trouser. Her hair was packed neatly. Her presence silenced the room. Ladies, the receptionist announced, please welcome Miss Zara Emmanuel, daughter of Mr. Richard Emmanuel, CEO of Not Gold Oil. The three bullies froze. Ife gasped. Zara took a seat at the head of the conference table. Shall we begin? Just then, a man in a janitor uniform entered. Miss Zara, thank you again for accepting my daughter, he said humbly. Sandra's eyes widened. Papa! Wait, you are the cleaner? Cynthia whispered. Zara nodded respectfully. Mr. Musa is one of our most hardworking staff. She looked around the table. Here, everyone earns respect through character, not background. Later, she pulled Ife aside. You knew, didn't you? Ife asked. My dad asked if I had any friend from camp worth bringing. You were the only one who saw me, truly saw me. You were just human to me. Ife shrugged, not a project. And that's what made the difference. What about them? Ife asked. They'll be treated fairly. Sometimes the best punishment is grace. Each of you will be assigned to a unit, Zara announced, her voice calm, professional and unshaken. Your responsibilities will depend on your department. My father believes strongly in performance-based opportunities, not favoritism. I hope you are ready to contribute. She clicked her pen. If there are no questions, you will receive your schedules by noon. Still, no one said a word. Sandra stared down at her hands. Zara stood and exited the room with quiet dignity, her heels clicking softly on the tile. A few minutes later, Ife followed her to the executive lounge. "I still can't believe it," Ife whispered. "You had every reason to expose them in calm, but you never did." Zara poured herself a glass of water. What would it have achieved? I wasn't looking for revenge. I just wanted to survive camp without becoming bitter. Sandra was assigned to the communications unit, Cynthia to administration, and Kemi to logistics. To their shock, they weren't given cozy offices with AC and leather chairs. They were placed on the ground level, handling basic clerical work, filing, organizing supply inventory. No shortcuts, no red carpets. Meanwhile, Ife was placed in the CEO's strategic project team, directly under Zara. Not because she was a friend, but because of a quiet recommendation Zara made to the board. By the third week, the 5 women were called to join Zara on a community outreach trip, North Gold's partnership with a small rural village called Ogundele, where they were launching a solar-powered water borehole and scholarship program. They all rode together in the same company van. Awkward silence sitting between them. Zara didn't speak unless she had to. The village children ran barefoot to welcome them as they arrived. Zara stepped out first, shaking hands with the village chief. Sandra watched from behind. "I've never seen her like this," she muttered to Cynthia. "Like real." Later that evening, after the event, they gathered around a small bonfire behind the village lodge. Zara sat with a notepad, reviewing survey data. Ife was beside her helping. The others sat farther back. Then unexpectedly, Sandra stood and walked over. "Can I talk to you?" she asked. Zara looked up. "Of course." Sandra sat on a log nearby, her voice low. "I want to apologize for everything. From the first day at camp to now. I don't have any excuse. I don't know, trying to be someone." Zara closed her notebook and leaned forward. "You don't have to pretend with me, Sandra. I've seen the worst and the best in people already." Sandra hesitated. "My dad, he is a good man. He raised me alone. I lied to impress people because I was tired of being invisible. You probably won't believe me, but I didn't hate you. I just used to feel better about myself." Zara looked at her carefully. "I believe you. I understand what insecurity makes people do. But just know, every time we choose cruelty, we make the world harder for someone else." Sandra nodded slowly, wiping a tear away. "I'm truly sorry." "I forgive you," Zara said gently. The next few months changed everyone. Sandra began volunteering for weekend outreach visits to villages. She worked harder, asked questions, and started to mentor younger interns in the communication unit. Cynthia eventually confessed to her aunt about her own insecurity, how being lighter skinned made her feel like she had to be prettier than everyone else or she would be nothing. Kemi, for the first time in her life, started a small blog, Serving with Grace, documenting their NYSC journey, lessons, and daily gratitude. None of them ever forgot camp, and none of them would ever forget Zara. At the end of the service year, during the final appraisal dinner, Zara's father, Mr. Richard Emmanuel, rose to speak. "This year," he said, "we saw real transformation, not just in our projects, but in our people. I'm proud of what these 5 young women became, not just staff, not just core members, but leaders." When he stepped down, Zara took the mic. "I've learned something this year too," she said, "that you don't need to fight with cruelty, that quiet strength can echo louder than pride." She turned to Sandra, Cynthia, Kemi, and Ife. "You ladies taught me that." The applause was thunderous.